Ready?
Okay, it is Wednesday night. Sean Hannity is taping right now, but there are interviews to be made, and I am with this gentleman. Sir, what's your first name?
Chris.
And Chris, where are you from?
Yonkers, New York.
And you have an excellent taste in hats.
Thank you.
So did we pass through Yonkers driving down from Massachusetts? I don't know. Now, is this your first CPAC, your fifth?
No, I've probably been to about 8 or 9.
So about the same amount as me, so you've been coming for a while. Were you here last year?
Yes, I was.
All right. Any particular reason? What keeps making you come back?
Well, I think we have to be engaged in politics as an effort to change our culture and change America, to make it great again. Obviously, we've been through some rough years under the Obama years. Those were very tough times. And now I'm very optimistic under the Trump era. I worked hard for Trump, and I was an early supporter of Trump. I was at his announcement for president at Trump Tower. I was one of those few hundred invited and got in and shook his hand.
How did you manage to get invited, if I may ask?
I think it was an invitation from Roger Stone. I was never quite sure how I got the invite, but I was in.
Do you know Mr. Stone?
I've met him.
All right. Well, it's funny because I remember watching the Trump speech, and I remember on Twitter watching people just going nuts that it was the worst speech, horrible, terrible. And I'm listening to the speech and I'm saying, are they listening to the same speech I'm listening to? Because what I think a lot of people, including some of my friends here, because I'm credentialed here as media, and many of my, even members of the conservative media, what I think they don't get is that Trump isn't speaking to us. He's speaking to the average person, he's speaking to the voter. And I got to talk to Byron New York later when he's free. But that's beside the point because I just saw him as he's going by. Okay. But that's a very important point. Well, what did you think of that initial speech when you saw it?
I was excited. I was impressed. I mean, I know they overblew the Mexican conference. From the beginning, the media went after him with everything. And I mean, in the beginning, when I was endorsing Trump versus Cruz and many other conservatives, I mean, I was crucified and lost a bunch of friends early because I knew Trump could do it.
See, full disclosure, I was a Cruz guy, and I converted to Trump after when we knew he was going to get the nomination. And I talked to Father Frank Pavone. He was saying that Trump is reliable, will be pro-life, because that was the thing if he was pro-abortion, that was a gun it for me, and I was very worried about that.
I am the only man in America during Trump's pre-political days who ran a major demonstration against him 25 years ago with 200 or 300 people in front of the Plaza Hotel because he bought a table at the NARAL luncheon at the hotel he owned at that time. I have been on his butt over this issue, and I believe, as a full-time pro-life activist for 30 years in New York City,
I knew there was a reason I liked you.
I believe I believed during the campaign that his conversion was sincere, and we have never seen a more pro-life president in fact, in reality, than with Trump.
Well, that's been the big thing for me. So I'm going to ask you the obvious question that I've asked everybody, because the standard questions I'm asking everyone. First year, thumbs up or thumbs down? I presume you're saying 2 thumbs way up.
Yes, way up. I think he's doing the right things, and he has the toughest skin. All the other Republicans would have withered under the vicious attacks post-Obama that the media are putting out against the conservative movement. You have to have a huge ego to sustain yourself against the incredible attacks. And I think Trump was made for this moment. He's prepared for a lifetime. I think the American people will see what he accomplishes. In another year, he will run for re-election. I believe he will win, and I'm optimistic about these 4 years.
Okay, what is the thing that you were most happy about that this president did in this first year, and what is the thing that disappointed you the most?
Well, I'm most happy that he did keep his promises to the pro-life.
See, you and me both. Nobody. You are the
happy.
first person to say that of the
Yes.
people I've interviewed, and that's the thing that I am so delighted at his pro-life stuff.
Yes.
I cannot adequately
I mean,
say it.
I
I'm
think
disgusted
the
that the G.
appointment was brilliant. I think his counterattack and expansion of the original Mexico City policy to wipe out billions in funds to overseas organizations involved with abortion, his placement of key pro-life people throughout his administration. Obviously, behind the scenes, there was a lot of appointments of conservative judges, as many as he can get through. His Rose Garden appearance at the March for Life.
Oh yeah.
And many other small things that I could go on for a long time about.
Okay, biggest disappointment first year.
Biggest disappointment, I would say, is that too many people in and out of the White House, and a little bit of problems with personnel. Yeah,
You're the only person to say that, and it's a good answer.
A few appointments that have been a disappointment in the White House. I think that. But on the other hand, the flip side is he's gotten rid of the turkeys early. That sometimes he was forced to, but he quickly tries to find the best person for the job, and I think he's overall the woman I'm most pleased with that he's got on board and is very, very supportive of Trump is Kellyanne
Conway. Love Kellyanne Conway.
She's fantastic. She's helped she helped him get elected. I give her 2/3 of the credit for his election, and then I give her half the credit for keeping the whole White House together, because it's been a challenging first year.
All right, GOP, tough midterm election in the House, easier one in the Senate. Do they retain the House and Senate? What are your odds?
I believe we will. I believe we will retain it. I think his handling of crises, in the natural crises, the unexpected crises, the non-Trump created crises, have been very good. How he handled the hurricanes, how he handled the mass shootings, I think he's done well with. I think the American people understand he is going to call for some strengthening of background checks right now with this massive student movement coming up. Kids are fed up with the school shootings, and rightfully so. And I think the president is responding well to this. I think his approval ratings are going to go up.
Okay, what would you say that Trump should do to help the Republicans win this fall?
I think that he has to push them on the wall. There has to be more progress on the wall. There has to be a tougher stance against the Democrats on immigration. I think he should, not compromise on Dreamers unless he gets the wall and funding.
That was my last question. Would you agree to the compromise wall for Dreamers?
Yes, I would. I would, as long as chain migration is ended as part of the deal. For one time, yeah, a compromise, but no chain migration.
And the wall has to come first?
Yes.
All right, well, thank you so much for your time. It's a pleasure to meet you. Always a pleasure to meet a pro-life activist.
Thank you.
Thank you.